All right. If you're an online seller in Thailand, you absolutely know the routine. You pack an order, you ship it out, and you just kind of cross your fingers. But what happens when that one message you dread pops up on your phone? Your package is either lost or it's arrived in pieces. Well, today we're diving deep into that frustrating world of parcel claims.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You get that message, my package is broken. Or maybe even worse, it never even showed up. Your stomach just drops. And just like that, your whole day is about to be consumed by this frustrating battle you never even wanted to be a part of. And here is the first and honestly the biggest hurdle you're going to face. It's called the burden of proof. Now, what does this mean? It means every single courier, by default, assumes it's your fault. It's on you to prove what the item was, what it was worth, and that you packed it like a pro. Until you can provide that rock-solid proof, the blame, it stays right on your shoulders.
So, to help you navigate this minefield, we're going to put 5 of the biggest players in Thailand under the microscope. We're talking Carry Express, Flash Express, J&T, Thailand Post, and SCG Express. Who actually makes it easy to file a claim and who makes it, well, nearly impossible? Let's find out. To see who really comes out on top, we're going to judge this whole showdown across 3 critical rounds. First up, the ticking clock. How long do you actually have to make a claim? Second, the bottom line. How much money can you realistically get back? And third, what I like to call the paperwork gauntlet. Just how hard do they make it for you to prove your case? Okay, first things first, the race against time. This is often where your claim is over before it's even begun.
And what's really striking here is just the incredible range. You see, most of the private companies give you a standard 7 days. But then look way over on the left at J&T Express, just 3 days. That is an incredibly tight window. And then on the total opposite end of the spectrum, you've got Thailand Post giving you months and months. But as we're about to see, a long window isn't always a good thing. Let's really put that into perspective. J&T's 72-hour deadline puts a ton of pressure not just on you, but on your customer. Think about it. If they get a package on a Friday afternoon and don't get around to opening it until Monday, your chance to file that claim could already be gone. Poof.
Okay, so let's say you manage to meet the deadline. Awesome. The very next question is, how much can you actually get back? And this is where the numbers start to get really interesting.
As you can see, the industry standard is pretty much a cap of 2,000 baht. That's where you'll find Carry, Flash, and even Thai Post's EMS service. SCG Express gives you a little more breathing room, which is nice, up to 3,000 baht. But J&T, well, they're playing a completely different game.
See, J&T's whole model is based on how much you paid for shipping. They'll pay you 10 times that shipping fee, but it's still capped at 2,000 baht. So what does that mean? It means if your shipping fee was only, say, 30 baht, your maximum payout isn't 2,000 baht. No, it's just 300. That's a tiny detail that catches a lot of people by surprise. And that brings us to our final round, and honestly, the one that is the most frustrating for everybody, providing the evidence. This is where these companies build their strongest walls to keep from paying out claims.
Just take a look at Flash Express. They have turned submitting evidence into a full-blown photo interrogation. It's not enough to just show the broken thing. You need photos of all 4 sides of the box, the packing material inside, how the item was placed, and, here's the kicker, all from before you shipped it. It's basically a procedural firewall. If you miss just one of those photo requirements, your claim is instantly denied. And the other couriers have their own unique and equally annoying hurdles. SCG Express might demand you go get a formal police report, which adds a whole other layer of bureaucracy. And Thailand Post, well, they're sticking to the old ways. You have to physically go to a post office, usually the one you shipped from, and fill out a paper form just to get the ball rolling.
So, after looking at the deadlines, the money, and all that paperwork, what's the final verdict here? Well, it's definitely not as simple as it looks on their websites. This table really brings it all together. But the real story, the part you need to pay attention to, is in those last 2 rows. See, on paper, using an app to file a claim with Flash or J&T sounds super easy, right? It says high ease. But in reality, their super strict, automated rules make the process incredibly difficult. The big takeaway is that the official, easy process almost never matches the real-world difficulty. And this really gets to the heart of the whole problem. Easy to start does not mean easy to win. An app might feel slick and convenient, but it's often just a front for a system that's designed to automatically reject claims that don't meet their rigid rules, leaving you stuck in a communication black hole with nobody to talk to. So what are you supposed to do? How do you protect your business from all this? Well, instead of trying to find the one best courier, you need a smart strategy that's based on the risk of each specific shipment. So here's your playbook. For low-value stuff, under 500 baht, go ahead, prioritize what's cheap and fast, like Flash or J&T. The risk is pretty low. For those mid-range items, though, the claim process itself should be your top priority. Here, SCG's higher cap or maybe Carrie's more established process starts to make more sense. But for anything over 3,000 baht, forget everything else. The only thing that matters is which company offers the best additional insurance, period. And look, no matter who you end up choosing, the golden rule is you have to be proactive. Document your packing process with photos or a quick video. Don't cheap out on bubble wrap, and for any item worth more than 2,000 baht, you have to start thinking of extra insurance as just part of the cost of shipping. It is the only real safety net you have. Because at the end of the day, a courier's true service isn't just about how fast they are. It's about how they actually show up to help you when things go wrong. So, knowing what you know now about what's really happening behind the curtain, is it maybe time to rethink who you trust with your business?